Hey everybody, it's your boy Halucha Lucha, and I am here today to talk about AEW Wrestling. I'm here to review it, so I have a lot of notes, so we're just going to get up into this thing right here. So we have first match, Inner Circle. If you don't know, Inner Circle is Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, who just came back last week from, you know, sensitivity training or something weird like that. Jake Hager and Santana Ortiz, Pride and Powerful, and they took on best friends Trent and Chuck Taylor, Orange Cassidy, and Jurassic Express, who was Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. So, um, so the first two in the match was going to be Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho, but typical heel fashion. You go, oh, I'm ready, and then boom, tags in Jake Hager. So heel move, awesome. So Cassidy does his comedy thing. Puts this goes in there, puts his things. He does the little fake kicks and all that stuff. There's a spot where Jake picks him up, and Orange Cassidy does the Mickey Mouse. I don't know if y'all know what the Mickey Mouse is. He goes like that between the that goes like that. We used to call it the Mickey Mouse. That's pretty much what he did. I thought that was kind of funny. Uh, and then the heels come in. They jump up Cassidy, and then all the faces come in and they save it. They do some cool babyface stuff. They're jumping over the ropes doing suicide dives and tope suicidos and tope conjitos and all those other stuff like that. Um, there was this one spot that was kind of weird that I think something happened. I don't remember what it was, but I remember Taz, who was on commentary. He called it a German suplex, but it wasn't a German suplex. It was a DDT. I think Ortiz Ortiz threw I think Trent no Ortiz threw Trent into Santana's arms and he hit him with a DDT. And then Taz was like, "Yeah, he hit him with that nice German suplex on Trent." I was like, "What? I don't know German suplex in DDT." Um, Also, during the match, they talk about they have new merch available. Jr. was reminiscing of the time that Jake put him in the ankle lock back in WWE. Santana Ortiz, I wrote Santana Ortiz is really good. They should be in the tag title scene, and they're not for whatever reason. That put heels are working over Trent for a long, like a good 5 minutes. Like it was long. Um, and then he finally tags in to Luchasaurus, and everybody's getting their, everybody gets their stuff in. They put their moves in. Um, Luchasaurus runs wild, takes Sam's head off. He hit him with the big super clothesline. You know, when they do the flip, you do the clothesline and you do the flippy thing. He did one of those. Goes through Pride and Powerful, kicks Jericho in the face. Trent and Chuck does this cool soulful dragon snap suplex. That was cool. On Santana and a nice knee to Ortiz. And then he hit him with another running knee. Trent did that. And then Orange Cassidy hit Hager with the Superman punch, which is better than Roman's. I ain't gonna hold Roman. I like you, you good, but Orange Cassidy's super punch is nasty. Jericho hits Trent with the code breaker. Jungle Boy hit Jericho with the backstabber. Sammy hit Jungle Boy with the knee, and Luchasaurus got up really fast. This part was funny. So after Jungle Boy hit Jericho with a backstabber, my boy Sammy Guevara comes in, hits Jungle Boy with the knee, like a knee to the face, and Luchasaurus was in a corner. He gets up fast, and it looks like he was trying to save him, but then Then Sammy Guevara wasn't done doing his move on Luchasaurus, so he just stood there in the corner holding his head, pretending that he was doing a thing, pretending that he was like selling his injury or stuff like that. But that was hilarious. Um, and then, but after he did that, Sammy hit him with the let's say it was. I wanted to say go to sleep, but it was like another. It wasn't the actually to go to sleep. It was like another. It's like another move. I forgot what the name of the move was. It was kind of like a go to sleep, but he has him on his back, like he had it on his back, and then he hit him with the knee to face. And then after that, he turns around and Luchasaurus black masked his face off, which was great. Nice. After that, Jericho tries to come in with a bat. Orange Cassidy wasn't having that. He pulled him in, threw him in a crowd of baby faces that don't like him. Luchasaurus was about to go for a choke slam. Sammy reverses it. It takes out his shins because he's really tall, and all tall people have weak knees and stuff like that. And then Sammy hit him with a running knee. Then Sammy goes to the top, and then Matt Hardy's I didn't know how bad this music. His horrible theme music came on. It was woo. He had some bad theme music, but he comes out. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, who is that? Where is he at?" And of course, Matt Hardy is behind Sammy Guevara, pushes him into Luchasaurus. Somehow, Aubrey Edwards didn't even see it because he was standing on an apron for like 5 minutes. And then she finally turns around, and he's already down. Choke slam, boom! And then he hits him with the roundhouse kick right to Sammy's face, which looked really, really nasty. It was awesome. And that was the end. One, two, three, faces win. It was cool. It was just a super long. It was really long. But I gave it a C plus. It was not bad, but it was just really long. Uh, Next up, John Moxley had a promo. He talks about him usually minding his own business, but Cage thinks he's a tough guy, jumping up on Darby, him and Ricky Starks and stuff like that. I think he called Ricky Starks a punk bitch, which was hilarious. Said how what it feel when it's 2-2, like when it's 2-2 and not 1-2, you don't jump in and stuff like that. Uh, he always finishes or something like that. And then Taz, who was on commentary, said that Mox was scared, which I don't get, but it is what it is. And he says the word skateboard. Oh, and he can't say the word skateboard. Taz was trying to skateboard, but he was saying like this punk's kid skateboards and the cat skateboard. He was saying all that. He was weird. It was not skateboard, but that's what he was saying. Uh, I gave it a B. Mox was good. He was intense. Uh, I hope he moves on to. I was saying in my brain, I was like, oh, I hope he moves on to something bigger and better than this. And boy, does he ever. Next up is Cody Rhodes or just Cody, versus Warhorse, and that's for the TNT Championship. Um, I wrote that every week when Cody wrestles, he seems like more and more unimpressed with the people that he's wrestling. That he doesn't like to be there, and he like it's like I should be doing something better. I think that's kind of fun. I think he's going to be a heel eventually. So, anyways, Warhorse gets some moves in. Warhorse is really good. He gets some moves in. He does some technical stuff like that. During the commercial though, Cody hit Warhorse with like a superplex, and then he started doing push-ups. He was in there, he's flexing his muscles, kissing his muscles and stuff like that. Then he started working on the legs, figure fours, he's cross crop chopping. He was stomping on the knees. He was doing all that good stuff, to make the wees neat weaken the knees like Luchasaurus knees, and then come back to commercial, and Warhorse does this reverse code. I think wants to go for a clothesline or something like that, and he does this like type of reverse where he slide under his Cody's legs, but he does it with like his knees. He does it like if what's my boy in WWE I can't remember his name. Oh, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews. He comes up, he slides on his knees, kicks back up, and he does the thing. He did the same thing. It was pretty cool. He does a kick, and then he grabs him. He does the Danielson kick stomps. When he grabs him, kicks his face in. That was nasty. I loved it. Um, I think they said he was only 27. That was cool. Um, there's a spot where not Cody, Warhorse goes on the top rope, but like Cody's like literally right there next to him while he goes on the top rope. So I don't know why he let him go on the top rope, but I think he goes to swing. Warhorse, jumps over. He turns around, boom, gets those knees. I think. Oh no, I lied. That wasn't that spot. Yeah, I lied. My bad. Oh, I lied. So he rolls. I lied. My boy Warhorse goes on the top rope. Cody rolls out the ring. Warhorse gets off the top rope, goes on his just goes on the apron and just like double foot stomps Cody back in the back of his neck. Rolls him in, goes up top again, hits him with his really nice flying elbow for like the closest two count that you can get. It was like 2.9 to 99 and a half. Like it was really like it was like this. Like you can see it was like that. And like he just kicked out. I was like, oh wow, Jesus. Um and then So he picks him up. Cody gets like a jackknife pin on him for two. Cody tries for a figure four again. Warhorse gets a cradle for two. Cody tries to do a overfloat pin, but then Warhorse reverses to a sit down pin for another two. Cody comes in. They brawl. Warhorse goes to the top. While Cody, this is the part where I was saying before. He goes up top like he's like this is the turnbuckle. This is Warhorse. Warhorse is on top of the turnbuckle, and Cody is literally right here while he goes on top of the turnbuckle. Like, how do you like? Why would you do that? But anyways, that's when he jumps off, and then Cody bow, knees to the or he drop kicks him to his knees. So Warhorse was working on his legs, all night. Was working on the legs. So when he jumped off, tweaked his knees, boom, drop kick, goes for figure four. Warhorse was like, nah, I'm blocking that. And then Cody said, no, you're not. And he kicks his face. And then he hits him with and then he actually locks in the figure four. 1, 2, 3. It is over. And then after the match, uh, Dark Order jabronis come and they attack Cody a little bit and they attack Warhorse. And then, just woke up. And then Arn is going. They're trying to go after Arn. Arn is ready. Well, Arn Anderson was ready. He's about to get somebody a spine buster. That'd been great. But Matt Cordonia, formerly known as Zack Ryder, made his way to ring, and everybody was really confused. Nobody knows what's going on. He comes out. He's hitting everybody with the Rough Rider, or I wrote right here the Carnota Crusher. It's a good name. Um, and then the way that happened. Oh, and then he smoothly took his shirt off. That was pretty cool. I like that. That was nice. And I said I gave the match a B plus. So that's what happened. They all hugged or whatever. So that match was a B plus. I thought it was good. This is just another thing with Cody, showcasing his people, showcasing different talent. It's good for Warhorse because Warhorse is like super big indie guy. So for him to wrestle on like a national stage gives him more um, spotlight and exposure and stuff like that. Um, let's see, Matt coming was cool. Uh, he's another former WWE wrestler, but he's on TV, so it's all good. Uh, so I didn't know if they were going to be a tag team, if they're adding more members to this Nightmare Collective stable, or Nightmare Family stable, or heel horsemen, because they was talking about being heel four horsemen. They think and talk about heel four horsemen. Uh, or will they feud? So I don't know. A little bit intrigued by this. And I also wrote that Matt is jacked. He's out here looking yacked. Uh, so after that, Inner Circle come back out, and they're hot. They're not happy right now. Sammy called Matt stupid son of a bitch, and they're gonna have a match eventually. He said he's gonna get his revenge on him. Jericho also is not happy. He said that he will face Cassidy in 2 weeks and possibly lose before they have their debate next week. So next week, Jericho challenges him to a debate, so that's going to be hilarious. He called himself a demigod, and I believe Jericho asked Santana if he still smelled orange juice, and I think Santana smelled like an old homeless person or something like that, and he got mad and left, hurt his feelings and left, and everybody was looking at him like, oh, come on, why would you do that? So it's hilarious. Um, to be fair, I don't know why it doesn't get it clean, but anyways, I gave it an A minus. I don't care; they're great, and I love them all. And the rematch between Cassidy and Jericho would be great. Next, oh my goodness. FTR, formerly known as the Revival, if you don't know, finally signs their contract. Arn Anderson was there because he's a tag team special legend, and they're they're having negotiations and they're just talking about um, tag team appreciation night on like August 23rd or something like that, or a tag team appreciation night. They threw in this funny little jab. They were talking about, yeah, do we get a FTR rule, like a FTR rules match? That's hilarious because in WWE they had a Lucha House Party rules, so they wanted to get a FTR rules match. That was hilarious. So they're saying all the stuff is in there. Tag team wrestling, I think 15. I think it was like 15 to 20 minutes at least, for each tag team match or something like that. It was all great stuff. I loved every single minute. And then Hangman comes in and he drinks a lot of beer. He has I don't know if this is like uh, some Jack or some type of cheap alcohol. And FTR, so he pours everybody some. My boy, he tried to pour my boy Orange some. He's like, nah, don't do that no more, which was respectful, respectful. Unlike what Kenny did when he was like, he just poured it out. Arn was like, nah, he poured it in a different cup. He's like, nah, don't do that anymore. So that's how you do it, Kenny. But it was respectful. Um, Cash Wheeler drank his. He said, oh, it's cheap stuff. And then freaking Hangman Page filled his whole glass up to the top of the drink, and he was like, I think it's a little bit too much. It's hilarious. Great segment. It was hilarious. I loved every part of it. Next up, we had Dark Order versus Hangman Page for the tag team titles or the AEW tag team titles. If you ever look at Hangman's like his thing, like where it comes up with like Hangman, they'll say at the bottom like his record and say something crazy up top. I love reading those because every week his is hilarious. His this week said he don't like the white wrist rope tape, which was hilarious. I think that was funny. Um, Before the match even started, Hangman Page is starting to fight with Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Uh, they're really good. Hangman is going to be world champion very soon. That's what I wrote. But I think I saw Frankie Kazarian uh, in the crowd. I think he was just like in the crowd chilling. Colt was on commentary. He's really good on commentary. Brody Lee was just like staring at everybody. Um, this match was really good, but I think that unfortunately there was like there's some camera angles like a little messed up. So like there was like cool spots during the match, but you couldn't really see them. Um, One of them I'll talk about later, but in this match, Hangman Page, showed his strength. Even Uno was running ropes and he was about to do like a diving cross body. Hangman caught him. Boom. Fall away slam. That was good stuff. Kenny. Oh, this was the part I was talking about. So one of the things where, Kenny Omega does like Ira whips him into the corner, like Stu Grayson to like the corner, and then like Stu Grayson like catapults over the like the ring ropes, like kind of like how Ricochet does it, but Stu Grayson does it too. So he does it and he flies over and he like lands on Kenny Omega. I mean lands on Hangman Page. But you didn't see that result. So like if we're like wrestling fans and we see that, it's like, oh, we know what he did. Where for someone like who's not a wrestling fan, they see him like just catapult over there, they're probably just like did he just crash and like die or something like that? So it'd have been nice if the camera would have caught that, but it didn't. But it was still a pretty dope spot. Kenny turns around, bicycle kick by Evil Uno. Oh, I said without me to be. So what happened was Evil Uno did a bicycle kick, boom, and like smooth transition. Like as soon as he fell down, boom, went on top rope, hit him with the swanton bomb for two. That was really good. Uh, there was a lot of cool stuff in here. Evil Uno picked up Kenny Omega. He like pounces him into like Stu Grace's shoulder, so he catches him, and then he tosses him back to Evil Uno, hit him for a power bomb for a two. That was cool. They showed the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are there, so you know they're going to be used later on. Paige is in the corner, um, and they did a thing where Kenny is fighting off the Dark Order, and Stu Grayson knees Kenny straight in the face. Evil Uno is is on the floor. He puts his feet up, pushes him into Kenny Omega, or pushing Evil Uno pushes his feet to Kenny Omega to Stu Grayson, who like overhead bodies him into Hangman Page, which was good. And then Stu gets on the top rope. Evil Uno's in the other corner, and like they do like a simultaneous cannonball senton bomb onto their opponents, which was good. That was for like another 2 count. That was pretty good. Um, I think that Dark Order's getting ready to hit their finisher. Kenny struggles out of it, pushes Uno into Stu, whose noodles is on the hits the turnbuckle, which sucked for him. Um, uh, there's the spot where Kenny was about to hit Stu Grayson, but he grabs his leg, like his foot. He passes it off to the ref. Ref's like, "What's going on?" And then he hits him with a neck breaker. With a neck breaker, that was a pretty cool spot. Um, Hangman Page comes, does no help. I think he gets hit back out the ring. Um, Kenny hits Evil Uno with a snap German suplex, and as soon as does that, same time, Stu Grayson is coming from the top rope, frog splash, 2 count, good stuff. Um, that was really, really, really cool. Oh, Page comes in, clothesline Stu out of his boots. Uno tries to save him, but Hangman gives him a power bomb. Boom. Kenny follows up with a V trigger to the back, like a little mini one to the back of the head, for a 2 count, and then they finally hit the buckshot lariat V trigger move for the 1, 2, 3, and they are still your tag team champions. Good match. Brody comes, he's not happy. He yells at Evil Uno Super Racist, he's slapping everybody, screaming at him, grabbing him by the beard. He's telling my boy, what's his name, uh, Cole Cabana to leave. He just told him like, hey, it's time for you to go. He's like, yeah, yeah, I understand. I gotta go. Yeah, yeah. He's great. And then Hangman Page is just laughing at Brody Lee, and Brody was like, "Oh yeah, you think it's funny, huh? Huh? You think it's funny?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got your little friends over there. You know, Dark Order's everywhere. You know, little creepers started coming around everywhere, and FTR comes out like they're throwing beers at everybody, and Brody Lee loves it. He's like laughing and stuff like that. So I gave this match an A. It was really good. Stu Grayson's really, really good. He showed his ass off and killed it. They all killed it, but Stu Grayson was MVP, and FTR is going to be next tag team champions. Uh, Next, Britt Baker is passing notes like a kid again, and it was great. She says that Big Swole's obsessed with her. knows she knows that she's in a tag tournament, which is kind of obvious because like there's not a lot of women, so like every woman's in the tag tournament. Uh, but she said that she's gonna give her a false opponent. She's gonna let her face Britt, so it's gonna be Britt versus her, Britt versus Swole eventually. But she said first she's gonna give her a partner, opponent of her choosing, which my guess would be Rebby. And yeah, she's great. I gave the segment a B minus. Next is Sheeta versus Niamante. Long squash match. Sheeta wins. Niamante gets some nice offense in, chops. Some Slumdog Stunner. Another Mark Andrews reference I did today. And a code red, but in the end, delayed vertical suplex, which Niamante kicked out, which was really cool. And then she kneed her dead in her face, and she won. That's it. C. Tag tournament surprise, tag team picks. Uh, they're doing a tag team tournament, and you pick a name, and another person picks a name, and whoever they get is, or they pick a color, and the other person picks a color, just a name and stuff like that. So Nyla Rose picks color. I think it was purple or whatever like that, and the same color picked by Ariane or Ariel, who is formerly known as Cameron. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Cool. Cameron. And Nyla Rose's face was great. She made that face where she remembered that Cameron wrestled. She was like, you remember that one time where Cameron tried to pin Naomi at WrestleMania when her on her stomach. Naomi was like on her stomach, and then she tried to pin her, and then she was yelling at the ref to count the pin, and then the ref was like, "Relax, like you're not even pinning her right." Yeah. Like it is segment of D is trash. I don't like her. Oh, so trash. MJF comes out for a promo and he's hilarious. He's out here shaking hands to the commentators and he's out here putting on hand sanitizer and then he's out here kissing babies. This guy saying we don't deserve you. That's hilarious. MJF is ridiculous. So he does a shoot work promo on John Moxley. They were talking. He was talking about how AEW is supposed to be about new and change. And I think he was saying that at first, Moxley was this change, but then he became, like everybody else. Said he was talking about higher management. Him is keeping everybody down, and yeah. So he's talking about they need a leader. Moxley's a leader. Moxley's the champ. Talk about ratings. That the only person who has good that can compete with Mox with ratings is him and all that good stuff. So that's going to be the next match. So that's going to be great. And yeah, the match is going to be good. He's not going to win, but the match will be good. So then they announced for I gave this segment an A minus because MJF is really 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 good. He's kind of a babyface. It sounds like he's going to be like I am the hero. I am the person you need. AEW home craft me. But we'll see. Uh, Next week they announced Cody and Matt Condona versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds from Dark Order, who jumped them. So one for Cody and Matt Cardona. More MJF World Championship speech and a 12-man tag match between Dark Order and Dark Order, everybody in Dark Order. And so I think it's going to be Brody Lee, Cole Cabana, um, whatchamacface, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, I think number 10 and like somebody else. I don't really remember. And it's gonna be versus FTR, uh, Young Bucks, and Page and Omega. So yeah, that's gonna be a thing. And they're gonna have two refs. and yeah, that's gonna be a thing. And then it's gonna also be Orange Cassidy in a debate with Chris Jericho with a special guest moderator who will be somebody that we don't know. Finally, at our main event, Darby Allin and Mox versus Cage and Starks, tornado tag street fight match thing. Darby music's hit. Nobody comes out. We're all like, "Hey, where's Darby Allin at?" And then Mox comes out. Taz, Cage, and Rick Starks are at the backstage. Tags just talk about Brian Cage's biceps and his muscles. He was talking about how he injured Darby Allin. He's gonna be there. Blah 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 blah. And then he went to start talking about Ricky Starks, where Ricky Starks is like, "I got it, baby. I got it, baby." Ricky Starks is so good. Swag, charisma on 10. Uh, yeah, he needs all the mic time. All the mic time, give it all to him. And he was just pretty much talking about Darby Allin be like being dumb and like a crash test dummy and all that stuff. It was a good promo. But they come out and Darby Allin's crazy. He comes out and he's on top of the freaking Tron, does a coffin drop to the back of the Tron. That was good stuff. Um, but the match itself was all right. It was kind of sloppy. Like I know it was a fight, but just the way I said flight and not fight, yeah, it was sloppy. But it was all right. There was a one spot that Darby was going for a suicide dive, and like Brian Cage was supposed to catch him, and then he didn't. He just like let him like fall. He went like half ass did it. He was like, "Oh, wait, no, I'll catch you," and then he like picked him up, and that's when John Moxley hit him with like a suicide dive. And then there was like another thing where uh, Cage was supposed to like monkey flip Darby Allin into Ricky Starks, and he was supposed to like I guess he was supposed to powerbomb him, but it was like mistimed and stuff like that. But there was cool spots in here. They did Ricky Starks hit Darby Allin with some cool spears. He did one on the apron, which was nasty. He did it like another one later on. Um, there was a spot where Brian Cage did the he had Mox in like a like a in a fall away slam position. Like he hold him, and then Darby Allin was like on a second rope. He went to jump on top of Brian Cage, and he had them both. Like he had Darby Allin on his shoulder and Mox in that position. He just like slammed both of them. That was good stuff. Mox hit Cage with a nice power driver. There was this spot where Rick Starks was going to do something to Darby Allin, but John Moxley just like threw a chair at his face. That was great stuff. Um, Towards the end of the match, though, Darby Allin gets like a like a skateboard, but it has like thumbtacks in it. I think it was like 87 thumbtacks or something like that. And he like jumps off the top turnbuckle and like surfboards on Ricky Stark's back, and it like slid on him, and his whole back was like bloodied and nasty like that. And he picks up the 1, 2, 3. I thought it was Brian Cage, but it might have been Ricky Starks. I don't really remember which one it was. And the reason why, oh yeah, it was Ricky Starks because the reason why Cage couldn't get Mox or couldn't get the cover because Mox had him in a armbar, which is the same armbar that so devastating that uh, Taz threw the towel in for him. So that's hilarious. Um, yeah, so that match was a thing. Um, Taz was unhappy. He wasn't having any of it. He was saying that like that he was complaining and stuff like that. The way they lost, he was like, "Oh, that skateboard there was planted. You know, I gotta talk to Tony Khan." And Jr. was thinking the same thing. I was like, he was like, "For what? It was what can you do? It's like no DQ match." But anyways, so then after that match, it was announced that Darby Allin, who was the number 5 seed, will face off next week against John Moxley for the AEW Championship, and he will lose to him, as well as MJF, who will also lose to him. But it will be good. It was sloppy a little bit, but there was decent stuff. I gave it a B, uh, and towards the end was it. So that's the show. In total, I gave the show a B minus. It wasn't really bad, but it seemed really off. Excalibur wasn't on commentary, and it kind of showed. And you know why he couldn't be there. Allegation stuff, but the commentary was a little off today, and the matches were all right. Like if the matches were really good, it was hindered by um like the camera angles and stuff like that. Two two debuts. One was Matt. His was okay. Uh, and Cameron's trash. FTR stuff was really good. The tag match was really good. Cody versus Wars was really good. Um, Everything else was all right. So B minus. That's what I'm getting in it. What did you guys think? Let me know. Talk to you later. I'll be back for maybe tomorrow for NXT review. Until then, I'll catch you later. Hasta luego.